ground is buzzing, and it's a great opportunity here to welcome our viewers from all around the world to the Eden Gardens in Kolkata for match 2 in this, the Pepsi Test Series between Australia and India. The Indians going out to field because Australia have won the toss. They've decided to bat, and a big game, particularly for the Indians here. They've got to play good cricket, Tony, to stay alive in the series.
They've got to take their catches. They know they've got to do absolutely everything right. They've got to bowl a good line. They've got to play to their plan, and they would have talked about it long and hard. They 1-0 down. This is an opportunity now at the start to get a few wickets early on and see if they can grab back the initiative. And of course, eventually Sachin's turn will come with the bat. Mind you, he'll probably bowl a few overs as well, so we'll see him a bit too. And Zahir Khan, spare a thought for him, youngster, back in the side. He's fast, he's capable, we know that, and all India will be hoping he has a good day.
Yes, and what's important, he's aggressive, so it'll be interesting to see how he goes in the first couple of hours. Rahul Dravid, there was talk that he might not play this game because he was running temperature and didn't really come for practice in the last couple of days, but nice to see him back. And then the local man, Sourav Ganguly, the captain of the side, huge pressure on him because he's playing in front of his home crowd. There's Harbhajan Singh too, the off-spinner, playing in this game with Venkatpati Raju. And for Australia, the two openers out there, Slater and with him Matt Hayden, who got 100, and everything here getting ready for play to start in this, the second test match. So the ground buzzing, our commentators are ready, and starting off, Ian Chappell and Sanjay Manjrekar.
Thank you very much, Ravi, and hello to all of our viewers. Well, the ground really is buzzing, and it's going to be Zahir Khan to open the bowling. Very good young cricketer, Zahir Khan. I think he's an aggressive bowler with a lot of skill. I'm delighted to see him back in the Indian team. He's going to be coming from the clubhouse end, with India needing to take early wickets. Sourav Ganguly talked at the toss about the fact that it does a little bit in the first couple of hours. So Sanjay Manjrekar, important for India to do some damage in that period.
There is that help in the morning, the first 2 hours, but the important thing is to stay in the game after the 2 hours as well. Indians will remember that last test match they played against Pakistan here. They had Pakistan down 20 for 6, and somehow or the other managed to lose the test match. It's good to see Zahir Khan has got the new ball first up. Shows a bit of confidence. And there, Sourav Ganguly, the young fast bowler. And when you sort of lose a senior player like Srinath to injury, very often it happens that it becomes a great opportunity for a young man. Just hope Zahir Khan becomes the sensational find that India really needs in this series.
Well, he'll be bowling to Michael Slater. Slater won't have fond memories of his last game at this ground. Out for a duck in the first over. Zahir Khan to Michael Slater. Australia were in early trouble in that test match here in '98. Srinath was the man who did the damage, taking 2 wickets in his first over. He got Slater, and then he got Greg Blewett. And India went on to win that test match. They really they need to win this one. Peter Willey is the umpire at the bowler's end. And he's had a chat to Zahir about that first delivery. Big shout. There's a bit of nerves around at both ends at the moment. The bowler and the batsman a little on edge.
Just a little excited young fast bowler. A bit too high for the appeal. I just turned up a few days back to play a local game in Mumbai for my company. To my misfortune, I saw Zahir Khan playing the match against me. And on a very unhelpful pitch, it was good to see the young man working hard, bowled a lot of overs. Excellent temperament, that's his strength.
He's just down a bit on speed at the moment, just 131 k's. As I say, a little bit of nerves at each end at the moment, and not surprising with all the noise that's going on out there.
And to no one's surprise, still early in the test match, the first over, the stadium nearly filled to capacity, and it's a big stadium you're talking about. Always special, Eden Gardens.
Matthew Hayden aware that his partner is on edge a little, and he's likely to charge off for a single in that situation. Backing up well. Changes in the Indian side, 3 of them, and the 3 changes all coming at the bottom there. Zahir Khan and Venkatesh Prasad both coming into the side because of injury to firstly Srinath, and then illness in the case of Agarkar. And then Venkatapati Raju coming into the side to replace Rahul Sangvi. That's typical of this man. He's an aggressive youngster, Zahir Khan.
But he's also able to control his aggression. You can see a lot of young fast bowlers getting excitable, just trying to show some aggression, but he is a pretty controlled man when it comes to behavior. Just the one change in the Australian team. Michael Kasparovich comes in place of Damien Fleming.
Maiden to start with. It'll be Matthew Hayden now on strike to Venkatesh Prasad. Hayden coming off a marvellous century in the first test match. That'll do wonders for his confidence. I think Matthew Hayden now feels as though he's a part of this Australian side, that he's a permanent member, and I think that'll do wonders for him. He's very strong of mind, and that's what's got him back into the team. That success in the first test will be very helpful. 3 slips in a gully for Prasad, who bowls well to left-handers. He's troubled Syed Anwar quite a bit in matches against Pakistan.
And we heard the captain, the Indian captain, talk about Venkatesh Prasad at the toss. He said he's one bowler who has exploited the conditions well here in Eden Garden, and it's a pitch and the conditions that help bowlers like Venkatesh Prasad. The bowler that comes to my mind instantly is Roger Binney, who had such great success elsewhere, but Eden Gardens.
Hayden off the mark. That outfield will be very quick. It's lush, but underneath it surface is very hard, so it'll be a quick outfield.
This really is not a surprise the way the ball travelled, because we had a walk on the pitch and the outfield. We are allowed to do that, thankfully, and it was easy to see that the outfield is hard. There's a thick cover of grass on top, but it's not soft underneath. It's one of the reasons. Just a gentle push, strong push in the gap, and 4 runs.
Good bounce there for Prasad. That'll encourage both quick bowlers.
It's good bounce, and the way it carried to Nayan Mongia as well. Didn't seem like it's the spongy kind of bounce. So it's not really the moisture that's giving the bounce. It's the hardness of the pitch that's allowing the carry. So good conditions to bowl in. And And it's heartening to see all the senior men taking responsible positions, something that was not happening in that last series against Zimbabwe. Good to see Sachin Tendulkar back at first slip, VVS Lakshman at second, and Dravid at 3. He hasn't been there in that position for a while now, Tendulkar. Good to see him there. It's a safe catcher.
Prasad returning to the Indian team after quite a while in the wilderness. He'll enjoy this opportunity. He's got a very good temperament. Certainly he won't be fazed by the atmosphere or the big crowd. Australia 4 without loss. Australia 4 without loss. Steve Waugh won the toss and decided to bat first. Peter Willey, former England player, is standing in his 22nd Test match. He's at the bowler's end. And at square leg, S.K. Bansal, standing in his 6th Test match. He's something of a good luck charm for India. India have won all 5 of the matches that he stood in so far.
Yes, he's a good luck charm.
That's good bowling, right on line, and that's where you've got to be for Michael Slater. Roundabout off stump, perhaps even a touch outside off stump, and swinging back in.
Well, he burst onto the international scene, Zahir Khan, in Nairobi in that ICC knockout tournament. And after he played the first match, I remember Pakistan was playing the next day, and Wasim Akram came up to me excitedly and said, "You've got this new young boy, he's pretty good." And one of the things that appealed to Wasim Akram about Zahir Khan was that he was able to bowl quick, pitching the ball up.
He's short on this occasion, and Michael Slater has dealt with it. Not quite off the middle of the bat, but that outfield is quick.
It's a longish boundary on that side, deep mid-wicket. Got into a good position. Not as quick, the short one, as Zahir Khan would have liked. Didn't climb too much on Slater as well. But good pivot with the back, and no chance for the Indian captain. So Wasim Akram was quick to see the gift that Zahir Khan has. He's able to bowl quick in the air, pitch the ball up. And I think the Pakistani bowlers have had an influence on this man. He also believes in the theory that you've got to pitch the ball right up, even in unhelpful conditions, because that's the only way you can pick more wickets. If you keep bowling short of length, you're relying too much on the pitch and less on the batsman's mistake. I think he's picked up the right attitude, and I think it's come from just watching the Pakistani bowler. I feel when I watch him every time that they've had a big influence on Zahir Khan. Just the 3 matches for him so far. This one, the biggest of them all.
Also spent some time at the MRF Pace Academy under the tutelage of Dennis Lilly and current Indian selector T.A. Shaker. I'm sure this man would have appealed to Dennis Lilly because he's an aggressive fast bowler. Dennis Lilly was that himself, a man who was always thinking about taking wickets. And Zahir Khan appeals to me as that type of bowler. He's always looking to take wickets. Australia 8 without loss.
This is Amanda. Amanda is a Commonwealth Bank mobile banker. Yesterday, Amanda explained to Mr. and Mrs. Moore that they can not only get a low 5.95% home loan, but that it now comes with a $0 establishment fee. The Moores were so pleased, they sent Amanda some flowers.
If you're looking for a home loan or investment home loan with a $0 establishment fee and a great rate, call 132224 now. Make it happen.
Both batsmen having hit a boundary to get off the mark. Australia have moved along to 8 without loss. Steve Waugh winning the toss. On this occasion he decided to bat first after having won in Mumbai by batting second. That's a good shot. He's very good through the offside. You tend to forget that he's quite strong through the onside as well.
This outfield is not fast, it's lightning quick. Another chase for the Indian captain. Trying to find some swing, but the ball was really wobbling in the air. And when that happens, you don't get too much movement in the air. No chance for the Indian captain. Pitched right up. And the second boundary for Matthew Hayden. Not the easiest job in the world, being the captain of the Indian cricket team. He's been under big pressure coming here in the second test match. He keeps saying that I've just failed in one test match in Mumbai. It's no big deal. I think he's quite right. But one thing that he's really got to do is not get overindulgent, as he's got the tendency. We can see him time and again get close to his fast bowler. It's quite unnecessary. If he can just relax and stay out of action, just keep watching and not get too much into the action, get too involved, might just help his cause. Got the feeling in that first test when Australia were 99 for 5, got a bit too excited and made a couple of errors.
Edge, and I think it's fallen short of the keeper. That's the right spot to be bowling, but the ball didn't carry.
Yeah, when you had that first look, it looked like it didn't carry. That's why he's such a dangerous bowler to left-hander. Ball seams away, good line. And he is just falling short of Nayan Mongia. Venkatesh Prasad stayed there for a while. Maybe we have thought that the keeper could have dived forward. Easier said than done. But really, went down on Mongia. He's done well, the keeper.
That's a good over from Prasad. Australia 12 without loss. Australia 12 without loss. So far, all the runs have come in boundaries. 2 to Matthew Hayden and 1 to Michael Slater. And there's going to be a lot of boundaries today. Very fast outfield.
It's not a quick run-up to the wickets. Just a strong, slow run-up. And this is really the strength, the balance. And a very strong bowling action. At the time of delivery, the balance is very good.
Well, that's going to be 4 fours now. Well, this will test the nerve of the Indian captain. He knows he needs wickets in the first couple of hours, and to get wickets, the bowler has to pitch the ball up. But with the lightning fast outfield, the boundaries are going to come. But he doesn't want to go too defensive too quickly. So you've got to try and make the most of your fieldsmen. And that is a very difficult art in captaincy. Already one man has come out of an attacking position. There's no bat pad. So it's 3 slips of gully and an extra man going into the covers.
Not such a bad move, because by setting this kind of a field, he's encouraging Zahir Khan to keep the length, which is a good one. He's trying to pitch the ball up. When he doesn't find movement off the pitch or in the air, the batsmen are good enough to drive him. So he's given him that protection. The shape of SS Das coming under extra cover. It's a good thing that he's encouraging Zahir Khan to do the right thing. And that's not to shorten the length, but keep pitching the ball right up, get it to swing.
I think in a situation like this where you need wickets and you've got to try and keep as many attacking fields in as possible, I think Ganguly would have been better to put in the mid-off rather than the cover, so that you stop the batsman from just pushing straight down the ground and getting easy boundaries, and you make him look to drive the ball through that gap, which is not so easy when you're new at the crease. Sometimes by leaving encouraging gaps, you can get the batsman to do what you want him to do rather than what he would like to do. Now, that man's a good man there, because you don't want to allow the batsman to just push straight down the ground and get easy 4s on either side of the pitch. So it was important that he moved someone to mid-off, but I think perhaps he could have left the covers open, or if he wants to cover that position, he could have moved this man around and left the point area open. Australia 16 without loss.
Norman still makes a big deal about nothing. Pay nothing up front for the Nokia 3210 when you connect to the Optus Yes Rollover 15 plan. Plus, get a bonus $50 Harvey Norman gift voucher. That's right, you pay nothing up front for the Nokia 3210 on the Optus Yes Rollover 15 plan, and you'll get a bonus $50 Harvey Norman gift voucher.
Australia 16 runs, 4 boundaries have been hit, 2 to each batsman. Prasad bowling his 3rd over. Zahir Khan at the other end is just putting the ball there at the moment. He's not bowling really flat out. Prasad is never a really quick bowler. He looks for a bit of movement through the air and off the seam.
Looked very relaxed in the morning, Venkatesh Prasad. It's a comeback game for him, very important. But I think the best response that he'll expect from the pitch will be now. As the sun beats down on the pitch, the health will start dying out, especially for Venkatesh Prasad. He's not too quick in the air. SK Bansal having a look at the ball. And he feels there is something in the ball which would need a second opinion.
Peter Willey, the international umpire. The usual thing is that they try and put it through the ring, and the senior umpire says no, let's keep it moving.
It's very easy to spot the senior umpire there. Quick rejection by Peter Willey. Left-hander on strike.
Zahir Khan looks to me as though he's perhaps been told to concentrate on line and length, not bowl short, just keep the ball up. But in doing that, looks to me as though he's just putting the ball there rather than really releasing it. And I think he'll get better results. He'll be a little quicker, and he's more likely to get some movement if he actually runs up and really releases it rather than just putting the ball there.
I was just wondering, those two substitute fielders who went up to Zahir Khan, whether they had some different message from the dressing room. Hemant Badani was just having a chat with Zahir Khan on the boundary ropes. So advice coming from all directions for Zahir Khan. But yes, very conspicuous change in those first few overs from Zahir Khan. He's just looking for that movement, not really going for pace, which is so well capable of generating. And maybe as the ball gets older, try putting more into it. Yep, Prasad.
All 16 runs have come via boundaries. Nothing very elaborate for the batsmen. They've really just had to push straight down the ground. And the outfield is so quick, that's all it takes. One pull shot from Michael Slater, really the only shot off the straight.
It's a good length to a batsman who's used to playing on fast, hard pitches. Not much pace in the wicket. The batsman trying to get onto the front foot, pushing through the line. Pace in the pitch making things a little difficult for Matthew Hayden. There was that very near chance to Nayan Mongia in the last over. So Prasad is really a good bowler for India, bowling at this time, especially to this man.
Maiden there from Prasad at 16 without loss. Eight to Slater, 8 to Hayden. Right-hander facing Zahir Khan. The batsmen haven't switched ends yet, so it's been very much a matter of concentration with just the odd firm shot pushed down the ground.
Just saw Ganguly gesturing to the slip fielders. He's doing that right now as well, trying to get them to come up. Those three slips that we see in the picture. He's realized the pitch is not as quick as he expected. So the VVS Lakshman there at second slip, marking out the new position. They've come up a yard or two in slips.
Well, I think if Ganguly is going to have a chat to his bowler, and I agree with you, Sancho, you don't want to be chatting too much to your bowlers. You really need to just let them bowl in their own natural style. But I think the one word of advice he perhaps should give him is, OK, we've seen you put the ball there. Now just charge in and bowl as fast as you can, and let's see what happens. We've got to get a breakthrough. Get me a wicket. Bit of movement off the seam there, but it's going to bring yet another boundary.
A bit more of the back bending for Zahir Khan on this ball. The reason the outside edge for Michael Slater is see him putting a little more, which is the right thing. A big gap between third slip and gully. Nothing much the Indians could do about it. Good bowling by Zahir Khan, and another boundary to an Australian batsman.
He's pretty steady around that 131, 132k mark. He can get up into the 140s, Zahir, when he really lets himself go. This was a slightly quicker delivery that found the edge of Slater's bat.
And see, not in the best of forms, Michael Slater, very much on the crease. Very uncertain movement.
Signs there that he might be just starting to bowl a little quicker. Zahir.
Yes, here is a man short of confidence. Not too many in the Australian squad at the moment. He's struggling for runs.
You can see there that indication from Michael Slater that he's trying to tell himself to play straight all the time. Australia 20 without loss.
Friday afternoon on Fox Sports Soccer Scene. The lowdown on all the stories making the news, plus comprehensive highlights from the English Premier League and from around the world. Soccer Scene at the special time of 5:30 Friday afternoon. Fox Sports.
Got a lot of explaining to do? With Telstra Homeline Plus, you can call STD to anywhere in Australia for a maximum of $1.98 when you talk between 7 p.m. and midnight.
Runs for Australia, all coming in boundaries this morning. Got a change now in the commentary position. It'll be Tony Gregg, and with him Ravi Shastri.
Thank you, Ian. Yes, and what a wonderful sight it is from the commentary box up here, just looking down on Eden Gardens, one of the great cricket grounds of the world. And of course an extraordinary battle here, especially for the Indians. They're up against a tremendous team, and they're in a position here where already 1-0 down in the series. They've got to do something here, and so far the Australians have handled everything they can throw at them without too much trouble. 1-2 little outside edges, but the pitch looks good, and the worrying aspect of what's happened so far is that the ball hasn't really swung for India at all.
Yes, Tony, it is a worrying factor for the Indians. Not only swing, there's hardly been any lateral movement. And if the Indians have to make an impression in this test match, it's in this first session of play. Sourav Ganguly mentioned at the toss, the last two tests that were played here, teams had lost around about 5 wickets in this first session of play. So Australia have made a good start.
Oh, great shot, beautifully played down the ground, lovely straight drive. This is an aspect of the Australian game that's to be admired. They are aggressive.
Yes, he's the in-form player, Matt Hayden. He would be confident after that 100 in Mumbai, and this is a good shot. He's allowed the ball to come onto the bat, and he looks a good player when he's punching it down the ground. Tall man, good stride forward, good balance too when he played it. So the Australians dealing in boundaries at the moment.
Yes, 6 fours in the innings. And the score only 24. We're into the 8th over. Prasad and Khan operating. And Slater and Hayden going neck and neck as well. And both of them have hit 3 fours. Both have 12. Sachin Tendulkar will be licking his lips when he looks at this pitch. And a lot depends on him as well, and he'll be looking for some support in this test match. He played superbly in the first test, a little unlucky in the second innings. In the first innings, his 76 was one of those innings that those of us who were lucky enough to see it will remember for a long time. Dravid's one of the players that could support him. Yes, and he's been just a little slow. He needs to just get the tempo up a little bit. Well, nicely played again. That one a bit too straight. Boy, what a shot. He's whipped it away off his legs for 4. 24 for none. Right, well, the umpire's having to make a few decisions about that ball during that last break. The Indians once again presented the ball to the umpire. Oh, there's a single. That's it makes a change.
Yes, they've certainly broken the pattern here. They were dealing in boundaries, 7 boundaries already in this Australian innings. Matthew Hayden, he's on 16. Lovely shot to end the last over. Great balance once again. Doesn't fall over, doesn't try to work the ball towards square leg. And once again playing late. Excellent placement too. The Australians know if they can go into lunch not having lost a wicket or at the most one, they'll be in a very strong position, because this pitch will be a beauty after lunch. Already there are signs that this is a good batting track, not much moisture in the surface. We've seen in the past the odd ball stopping on the batsman, and some sea movement as well for the fast bowlers early on.
This crowd wants a wicket. That's a better delivery, good length, good line. So I suppose what's worth dwelling on just for a second is what a really good day for Australia would be and what India would settle for. And just looking at the run rate at the moment, 3.48, it's not beyond the realms of possibility with this lovely outfield and a really good batting pitch that they score 4 and over. Now that will be really demoralising for India if they get 360 in a day. But it's not beyond the realms of possibility. These are beautiful conditions, as Ravi has pointed out. Now, conversely, from India's point of view, I don't want to worry too much, because they should be able to score some runs on this as well. So, really, I'd say if they could get 7 of them out by the close of play and restrict them to around about 300, they'd be pretty happy.
Yes, or even 6, Tony, because what they don't want is Australia getting a huge score in the first innings, because that'll put the pressure on the Indian batting side. This is a good pitch, excellent outfield, great conditions for Test match cricket. And what I will be very interested to see, Tony, is how Zaheer Khan is used. He's the spearhead of the Indian attack. He's the fastest bowler in the Indian outfit. I'd really like to see him bowl in short spells, but when he gets the ball in his hand, he's got to give his best out there, not hold back anything. He's got to bend his back. He's the genuine strike bowler in this Indian lineup. Fastest ball already, 137.
And he has got to stay calm today. He really does. A lot of pressure on the captain of India. Oh, well bowled. Well bowled. That's the Yorker that he bowled so well when we first saw him in Kenya. So the odd one right up in the block hole. If he can get that going, that's a make-up in his armoury that is very useful.
Yes, and that's one delivery that must be bowled every now and then, especially here at Eden Gardens. Having watched cricket here, played here over the last couple of decades, I've seen a lot of players being bowled here, even when they're set. There's something to do with the sighting. You tend to pick it up late. And he can swing the Yorker, Zaheer Khan.
Short delivery as well, through to the keeper. Big roar from the crowd here. 29 for none.
Australians love a Kelvinator. Australians love a Kelvinator. Specially built for Australia. The great Australian fridge.
Kelvinator's oval refrigerators. Only Kelvinator have sensor flow, the no frost system designed specially for Australian conditions.
Australians love a Kelvinator. The great Australian fridge.
Together. So far so good for Australia. India need a wicket here. Just nagging away outside off stump, but that one's staying down too. You can see how good a pitch this is from a batting point of view. Even at this stage, that one hardly carried to the keeper.
Yes, and you can already see both these batsmen looking to get onto that front foot, get a good stride forward. And you can see where Michael Slater is standing, especially when Venkatesh Prasad is bowling. His initial movement is to get back and across, so by the time he makes that movement, his back leg is close to the popping crease.
Straight to extra cover. There have been some great shots played here today. They really have. Some lovely fours to every corner of the ground. Let's just go through them for you quickly. This is Hayden, first of all. Lovely cover drive. It was played wide of mid-on. Slater then pulling one down towards the square leg boundary. That was the first short ball that he got. Then it was Hayden again into the action. A beautiful flick through the onside field. Maintained his composure. Slater into the action again. Lovely straight drive down the ground for 4. Beautiful outfielders. He didn't hit it too hard. Slater, again, just a little lucky on that occasion. Off the edge down to third man. And then last but not least, this boundary, which was played with a lot of composure. Hayden smashed it down the ground. There is another one, and that was the one I was talking about. That beautifully caressed away through the mid-wicket area. Flicked very, very well. So I think what that tells us all is the pitch is wonderful. The outfield is superb. It's like a bowling green out there. The atmosphere in this ground, well, it's just one of the very special things in cricket in the world. And if you don't believe us that this is a good pitch, just have a look at this. There's a few cracks there, but they're big plate cracks with a little in between. And at first glance, you'd think that, well, this pitch, day 3-4, may start to break up, but it's got a reputation of hanging in there.
Yes, and it'll get slower and slower as the game progresses. Even if there's turn, it's slow turn. There's not much grass on the surface. Excellent conditions for batting, especially if you see the first hour off without having lost a wicket. What I'll be interested in is to see when Ganguly gets his spinners on. I guess the quicker the better. Just take a look and see if there's something for the spinners on offer.
I'm going to have to re-bowl that one. Yes, I agree, Ravi. I think even if there's not much for the spinners, I mean, the spinners really provide something different, especially for opening batsmen. The opening batsmen are not often confronted early on with a bit of spin, and if the spinners can come in and if they get it right, bowl well right from the word go, just on the line there, you've got to have some portion of your foot behind the line, then it may just be a little bit of a surprise for Slater and Hayden.
Yes, comeback game for him, big game, Venkatpati Raju.
Straight to extra cover again, that's two that have gone straight to the fieldsman, but he without loss. Zahir. Straight to mid-off. That was a loose shot. That wasn't quite there, and I think Hayden realised that he's gone through the shot a few times. And so I think he must also realise this is a great opportunity for him to do what he did in the first Test match again. You can see there that was way outside off stump. Could have dragged that back on so easily.
Yes, what you'll see on the surface is as the ball gets older, you'll see a lot of shots being played on the up. Just on that last occasion, not quite getting the balance right. Very little lateral movement on the surface so far.
Matthew Hayden in 15 matches has managed to get his average to 30. I think he'd be just a little disappointed with that. He's a better player than that, and I think he's going to prove that in the next few years, actually.
Yes, I think that 100 in Mumbai could be the turning point. Excellent Test match 100. Worked hard initially and then played his shots later on in that innings.
Yes, Ravi, it's interesting. He's got 46 first-class hundreds and averages over 50 in Sheffield Shield cricket. And I think it's probably fair to say that the Sheffield Shield is one of the better first-class competitions in the world. And a lot of his scores are big hundreds as well. So he's a hungry batsman, as well as being attacking. I mentioned it was the Sheffield Shield is no longer the Sheffield Shield, of course, it's the Pura Cup now. Yes, his mates used to call him Matt the Bat, the run machine, and boy, did he churn them out. No swing. He's got to get that at least once and over. He's got to get that Yorker in there. So there is a breakdown of his 25 Test innings. And he wants a few more down that bottom section.
You can see they're caught behind 21% of the time.
I read just a little while back that Steve Waugh considers that Matthew Hayden will end up with a Test average around about the 50 mark. keeper. The end of another over, that time a maiden. 30 for none.
Updating Fox Sports News, Australia's Shannon Taylor has lost his welterweight title fight to Shane Mosley in Las Vegas. The Bulleye Blaster was beaten on a TKO in the 5th round when he decided he couldn't continue. And there's been a hole-in-one on the final day of the Australian Women's Open at the Yarra Yarra course in Melbourne, with America's Kelly Robbins scoring an ace on the par 3 11th. Get the complete picture tonight on Fox Sports News in the breaks of the cricket.
So 30 without loss, and Sourav Ganguly is making his first change, and he's going to introduce himself into the attack here. When he got the ball, took his cap off, there was a bit of a roar on this ground. He's actually achieved his best bowling figures. He got 3 for 28 here in the 97-98 season against the Australians. Righto, Sourav Ganguly, first change. Be a bit of a roar in this place. He's the local boy if he gets a wicket. They call him the Prince of Kolkata now. Used to be Calcutta. We're going to have to get used to that. 28 years of age.
Yes, and his best bowling figures on this ground, 3 for 28 against the Australians. His natural delivery when he's bowling well is the one that swings away from the right-hander. He also has the ability to get the ball to nip back. One of his strengths is that he gets close to the stumps and bowls wicket to wicket. You can't afford to be complacent against him.
Yes, Sourav Ganguly's actually opened the bowling for India on a few occasions, so he knows what to do. You've got to be a little careful of him. On target. And up go his hands there. I think that he thought that if Slater had missed that, he was going to hit. So there would have been a big appeal. Now then, Mongia going to have a chat to Ganguly, giving him a bit of his own treatment. One of the things the Indians have got to do, they've got to settle down on this chatting on a regular basis to each other in the middle of an over. Plenty of time to do that between overs. And one of the things that I think Sourav Ganguly has been criticised for a few times, and I've been one of the critics, and that is that you go over to a bowler, he's got one ball to bowl and over, change the field and that sort of stuff. It's well bowled, on target. I wonder if he'll make a change down the other end. I think he probably should, actually. I'd like to see him introduce another one, or one of his spinners, make a double change here, make sure that he doesn't overdo it with the fast men. They've got a lot of work to do today.
Two spinners in this Indian outfit, Venkatpati Raju and Harbhajan Singh. Plus it'll be good for Raju if he gets a spell early on. He obviously would be nervous. He's making a comeback. Harbhajan got a few wickets in the Mumbai Test match. And a problem with the ball here.
Yes, well, it's all about strategy, isn't it? What you do is you go to the umpires once or twice, and eventually you hope you get to them. Obviously, this ball has gone just a little bit flat. Umpire Willie was very quick to give it back. Umpire Bansal, the Indian umpire here, has it's just been just a little more accommodating. It looks as if they're now satisfied that they should bring another one on. This could actually be quite a significant change. We often see players, when the ball doesn't swing, do everything they possibly can to get it changed, and this might be one of those situations.
I couldn't agree with you more. This is the first day of the Test match. There hasn't been too much of swing, not too much of lateral movement either. India know the importance of picking up early wickets. Having said that, the Australians know that if they can go into lunch 1 wicket down, or even with a score of around 90 for no loss, they'll be in a tremendous position.
Also quite difficult, Ravi, when you've only bowled 11 overs. There are not many balls that are 11 overs old. I mean, unless they've actually taken a few into the nets and created an 11 over old ball. And more often than not, you either get one that's a little bit older, that looks like it might be a little bit older, or you have to take a new one. And of course, that won't go down too well with the batsman.
Yes, they'll be looking for the sandpaper job, at least the Indians. New ball out. And then just rub it a little bit with the sandpaper. But this is not a new ball. It looks like a ball that has a marking on it, 10 overs old.
Yes, that's the one that went out of shape in the last test match. Knocked it back into shape. Yes, it's always a bit of a gamble. You won't often find them changing, even if the ball's out of shape. They won't change it if it's swinging, but if it's not swinging, very quick to get it changed. Right, there's the old ball. It looks like a little bit of a flat spot on that top section. This section over here, a bit of a flat spot there. And of course, some of the more severe umpires, what they say to you, well, hold it for a while and they'll knock it back into shape for you. Right, so Ganguly's got his way. The captain has managed to get umpire Bansal to approach umpire Willie. They've changed the ball. Now then, we'll keep an eye on this one. If it swings like a boomerang, they've definitely done the right thing. Oh, good ball. Bounced a little bit outside off stump. That's as much as we've seen a delivery bounce today. A little bit deceptive, Ganguly. A little quicker than he looks.
Yes, and he's at you all the time. He's often been criticised in the past that he doesn't bowl enough for India.
Yes, one of the options open to the Indian selectors was to actually open the bowling with Ganguly and play an extra spinner.
Oh, in the air, and no ball called, no ball called. India, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Michael
Slater doesn't know. He doesn't know he's walking. Well, it's Christmas time, Michael Slater. You've had 2 Christmas presents in the space of 4 days.
Yes, he was walking back to the pavilion. But one thing for sure, Tony, that changed ball has done something. Bounce and movement of the seam. The pitch is the same and clearly overstepping. So umpire Bansal has got it right. Slater playing away from the body, but it doesn't matter now. The catch was taken, and watch him, he's walking.
Good catch by VVS Laxman. Slater at this stage is, and there's Hayden saying to him, hey, come back, come back. There we go again, you got another chance. Oh, it's a lovely feeling, I tell you, as a batsman. Not a good one when you're the bowler. 31 for none.
For big bonuses with selected washers and dishwashers. Pay just $949 for this Dishflex dishwasher with a bonus $50 Harvey Norman gift voucher. This Ariston front load washer is only $899 plus the bonus $50 Harvey Norman gift voucher. And this LG front load washing machine is $1399 plus you get a bonus $50 Harvey Norman gift voucher. See catalogue for more great bonuses.
Right, well, Slater is still out there. He came very close to being rubbed out for the test match because of his behaviour in the first test match. That was a bit of a Christmas present. And now he's been caught at slipper for no ball. So he's still there. So here Khan gets that one to nip back a little bit. Yes, just a reminder to our national viewers across India that you'll be leaving us before too long, and you'll be back again with us at 3:30 this afternoon. So national viewers, won't be long before you're leaving us, and then don't forget back at 3:30. Michael Slater will be over.